Hello there, people of the internet. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing all right, thanks for asking. So, I've had kind of a long day, but the sad part is it's just getting started. And I figured I'd come out here to the gun range. It's a nice, beautiful day outside. Let's go ahead and blow something up. So, as pretty much everybody in the gun community knows, there's been one hell of an ammo shortage going on for quite some time. Well, I was talking to, I wouldn't really call him a buddy, I'd call him more like an acquaintance of mine. And he had brought up that he was buying ammunition that was the cheapest ammunition that he could find simply so he could have more of it. And, you know, I could understand this way of thinking. I mean, hell, I'll stock up on steel case ammo, you know, over brass case ammo, simply because I'd rather have 5,000 rounds of steel case ammo on standby for the same price as 1,000 rounds of brass case ammo. Just hyperbole, not necessarily the case, especially in today's economy, but that's my line of thinking. However, my buddy wasn't talking about that. He was talking about buying up ammo for old military surplus rifles because it's cheaper than buying up modern production, very common use ammo. And I was just kind of scratching my head, and I asked him, so if something goes down, you're gonna have a bunch of, you know, mil-surp ammo, and you're gonna have no ammo for an actual rifle that you would use to defend yourself and your family. And he was like, huh, that's a really good point. But on the bright side, I have plenty of ammunition for these military surplus rifles. And I'm thinking, you're gonna bring a military surplus bolt action rifle, because he was talking about his bolt action rifle, specifically the 54 rimmed. You're gonna bring a 54 rimmed into a combat situation or an end of the world situation in a country where the AR-15 is the most popular rifle owned in the hands of private citizenship. And he was like, yeah, maybe. you bring a lot of good points. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Just because the ammo is cheaper for one platform does not mean that having more ammo for that platform is better than having less ammo for a better platform. There for a good while, 223 was about $1 a bullet. Prices are starting to come down, demand is still really high, but supply is starting to at least begin to increase and reach that demand. I've noticed 223 prices are steadily going down. But there for a while, it was like $1 a round for 223 or 5.56, whatever it is that you're buying. But I could pick up 54 rimmed for like 40 cents a round, and that was my buddy's line of thinking. He could literally have more than twice the amount of ammo for his Mosin versus his AR-15. And in the event that, you know, things go to hell, I think that you would rather have half the ammo for your AR-15 versus your Mosin. If your go-to rifle is a Mosin and that's what you're using to defend yourself and your family, then hey, by all means, go for it. I'm not telling you what tools that you should use to protect yourself, your family, your loved ones, your property, whatever it is that you're doing with it. That's typically something that anti-gunners do, and I'm not going to do that. But I will say, if you have a better tool for the job, getting the fuel for that better tool, although be it more expensive and you'll probably have less, running that better tool is probably a far better option than trying to run a significantly obsolete tool that has long since been surpassed. I keep motioning like this. That's because I have me a 9130 out here. This is just my unrefurbished Izvesk Arsenal 9130. I'm not sure if I pronounced that properly, but that's how I pronounced it. And I have me an AR-15 out here. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off these rifles here. Just because I'm on a gun range. This is a gun channel. People like watching me blow stuff up. I'd rather have 30 rounds for this thing than 60 rounds for this thing any day of the week, especially if I'm expecting trouble. All right, let me go ahead and throw my ears on right here so I don't, lose the capability of using my actual ears. One thing I'm doing with this AR-15, I have a lot of steel magazines, right? I got these free from a buddy of mine who got them free from some guy at a truck stop, I think. And I remember some of them not working great. I don't know what's rattling around in this one, but something's rattling around in this one. And I'm like going through, running a couple rounds through each magazine, seeing if I can find which ones do and do not work. And I figured I'd make some content while I do that. So this is one of those examples of me trying to see if one of these magazines isn't working properly. Turn on my optic, charge my rifle, lob some lead, just because we're here and we may as well. I think I found the magazine that ain't working properly. None of my other AR mags have done that. I've got this. Give me just a second here. Alright, yeah. I think it's safe to say that this is the magazine, because that was a failure to feed directly from the magazine itself. Let's see if it happens again. Give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was just a deformed round, because this is steel case. No, it's the magazine. Okay, I knew I had some mags here that weren't good. Alright, new magazine. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's wrong with that old magazine, because we need as many standard capacity magazines as we can get right now. So, new magazine, let's see how well this one works. This one doesn't rattle around, so I'm assuming whatever was rattling around in that other magazine was probably the problem. Okay, and I left my optic on. That's me wasting battery power. Nope, this one doesn't seem to be working either. Alright, on all these all these magazines, the feed lips are messed up. They're like pretty bent out of shape. That's probably why we got them for free. So I went ahead and I took a screwdriver and I just kind of finangled them a little bit. Let's see if this feeds any better. Seems to have fed. I can't tell if the bolt's closed all the way. Try that forward assist right there. Let's see if she's in battery. I don't think she is, but let's find out by firing the rifle. Well, she fired. Did not feed properly though. Alright, a bit more feed lip finagling. And they look pretty good this time. I also sprayed some lubricants into this AR-15 because she's a dirty bitch. Let's see how this works. We went right to home. Let's see if she fires and actually cycles this time. Did not fire. Why did you not fire? Whee! Well, she's jammed closed. Let's mortar it. Alright, the firing pin didn't even strike the primer. I think I might have a problem with this AR-15 here. Let's try that again. Nope, same thing. Maybe I have a broken firing pin now. If that's the case, why is she jammed up? Oh well, AR-15's out of commission. I guess I probably should, disassemble it and clean it. Yeah, we have a light primer strike on that one. Probably got some crap built up in that bolt carrier. But on the bright side, while I was cycling the thing, she did feed this time. So my issue was they were getting caught on the feed ramp because the feed lips were like pushing the bullets down. So I kind of pulled those upwards. Now the magazine seems to be functioning, but the AR-15 seems to be no longer good. Quick disassembly of that bolt and some brake cleaner should clean that right up. Assuming that the firing pin itself isn't broken. I don't think so, because that other one had like a light primer strike on it. I'm sure that if I just like kept going through it over and over and over, it would probably clean itself out. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do exactly that. In any case, though, I definitely want to clean this thing. I'm having to mortar it to cycle it. Oh, wait, nope. Yeah, there we go. Feels like she's coming out of it. She just needed a little bit of a helping hand. Who knows how much carbon buildup is in that thing, because I typically don't clean it. So let's go ahead, load these back in, and see if they fire this time. Maybe with that oil that I sprayed in there, like, broke up some of that carbon buildup in the firing pin chamber. And now we have a bunch of funk in there. At this point, I'm just seeing if I can get this rifle to run properly. I'm just having fun with this one. All right, does she load? She chambered. Let's see if she fires. Optics on. She fires. And she loaded reliably. How do you like that? All you gotta do is treat her like the dirty bitch she is. Slap her around some. Get a little, never mind. All you gotta do is fiddle with it a little bit and your AR-15 will start running again, I guess. Alright, now since I have the Mosin out here too and a handful of 54 rimmed, because I have quite a few 54 rimmed rounds laying around, and not very much 223, which is why I only fired 5 rounds out here. But contradicting what I just said, I'm only going to fire 5 rounds of 54 rimmed as well, because ammo is expensive right now. Wow, the recoil on this thing, vastly superior to the AR-15. Take that, you son of a bitch. I feel like I fired this thing more effectively than the AR. Alright, now also take into consideration whenever you're buying ammunition, whether or not you're going to buy ammunition for your defensive rifle, which sits at home inside the gun safe that, you know, doesn't see the light of day more than twice a year, or your CCW, which you carry on hand every day of your life. Which should you get more practice in with? That AR-15 out there, which you definitely should get, you know, practice with. Your AR-15, which is at home at all times, never being used. Or your sidearm, which you're literally relying on to protect the life of you and your family. Well, I definitely recommend getting yourself some ammunition and some practice in with the firearm that you carry on a day-by-day basis. If you have an AR-15 in your vehicle, get practicing with that too. Although I made a video before how if something goes down, the odds of you being inside of your vehicle with ready access to that firearm are pretty low in comparison to if you're out somewhere where something would go down. You would probably be out of your vehicle wandering around with just your sidearm on you. Just food for thought. I got 5 rounds of 9mm in this thing, so I can't pay rent this month. Okie dokie, let's lob some lead here. I'm getting pretty good with these handguns, man. Of course, this particular Star 9mm, I've gotten plenty of practice in with. Okay, well, I'm gonna go clean my AR-15, order some Chinese food, because I am hungry, and that sounds really, really good. And, probably take a shower because I'm a little on the funky side. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel because as you can see with the car down there, I do this kind of stuff all the time. If you like the video, do me a favor and actually like the video. Every like, every subscription, every share definitely helps out against, you know, YouTube's anti-gun algorithm. Check in the description for all sorts of links and goodies and whatnot to social medias and Discords and gaming channel and etc, etc. That being said, thanks for watching. Go off, have yourself a fantastic day. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.